you about today is the taxes. The season is finally over, so I can finally just relax and be honest with you without the fear of losing clients. But I just wanted to speak to you about what your tax preparer won't tell you. There's a lot of dishonesty going on in the tax community. A lot of people do things that they're supposed to do just to make an extra buck, and it brings a lot of deception to people and to their destinies. One of the areas that I have been really touched, and I feel like by the Lord I'm touched and I'm prompted to share, is the area of small businesses. There's a lot of small businesses out there that are hiding the cash under the mattress, and I know that this might seem funny to you, but it really is not, because when you don't do things the way that they should be done, it steals your blessing and it steals your destiny. I had a guy last year who was hiding a lot of the cash, and I felt like the Lord put it in my heart to say, to be honest, because the fact that he was doing his taxes incorrectly was preventing him from growing and receiving the blessing that God has for you. Now listen, there's a principle in whether you believe in God or not. When you are honest, there's a blessing in that. Whether you're a Christian or you're not a Christian, the biblical principles behind honesty and integrity still affect you. So you're not necessarily able to wash your hands based on the fact that you're a Christian or a non-Christian, because the principles are the same. You see a lot of people that are not necessarily Christians that would be successful and their business flourishes because they are applying biblical principles of integrity and honesty. When you pay taxes, you are not just paying taxes and giving it to the government. The way you have to look at taxes is you have to think about the roads, the schools, the fireman, the police, the hospital. So your money that you pay taxes for goes to take care of some things. And one of the things that really gets to me is that everybody wants to get money and get a free ride. And while it's completely understandable that nobody wants to pay extra taxes and everybody just need to do what they need to do, you have to change your mind about paying your fair share. Because some people pay a lot of taxes, some people don't pay any taxes, but at the end of the day, everybody has access to a hospital, everybody has access to a school, everybody has access to the road, and that's what taxes are for. Now, I don't want to get into any debate about whether the government uses the money correctly or not, or this is an unfair system, because that is a debate that I'm not willing to play here. You need to talk to the Lord about that. But taxes is not a new concept. In the Bible is mentioned many times when the tax collector, one of the classic examples is about the tax collector repenting and following God, and if he was such a great person, then he wouldn't have to repent of anything. So from biblical times, taxes have always been negative, yet God says to pay your taxes in the Bible, and this is what you have to do. So when you pay your taxes, you're not only helping the community have roads and have firehouses and have hospitals and everything else, but you're also setting your life in the right way, and you're also setting yourself up for success. Because when you declare profit from your business and you pay taxes, that information goes to the IRS, and that information somehow makes it to the credit agencies, and you're able to get a credit card for your business. You're able to get loans so that you can grow. And I think that's what sometimes the enemy blinds you into, keeping you small, hiding a little bit of cash under the table, and he prevents you from being big things. So I just really wanted to say that it's a lie. I know in my experience this year, I've met a couple of business owners, and generally in their hearts they want to do the right thing, but nobody told them that they shouldn't be lying and that they shouldn't be stealing And I've seen some great success stories. One of the guys that I helped a couple of years ago, he reported 1.2 million this year, and it was because he started doing things right. He started doing things with integrity, and there was a blessing behind that. So I just want to ask you to not let Satan steal the vision, progressing your business, living like the small guy, and think big. Begin by paying your dues. Begin by switching your mind about what taxes do, and do not compromise your integrity over taxes. Also, don't ask your tax preparer to lie and cheat, because whoever's doing your taxes carries a great responsibility. And hopefully you are going to somebody that is registered with the IRS, and there's accountability behind that. And hopefully you're not asking people to cheat for you, because it's not fair to put that on somebody else. You need to be responsible for your own destiny. There's no magic behind the taxes. There's a very tax law that has a lot of loopholes which you can take advantage of without cheating. One of the things that I notice is that sometimes people that are not necessarily educated in the area, they just do the taxes, but they don't necessarily enter or know all the rules about valid things that you can be taken advantage for to do your business taxes. There's a lot of deductions out there. There's a lot of laws that are completely advantage and legal for businesses to take off, and you go to people that take 5 minutes to do your taxes, they don't know what they're doing. So instead they blow your medical expenses, they make up things that you don't have, and the valid expenses that you can take advantage of depending on the business that you run are not being considered. Why? Because those real expenses need to be taken into account, but they need time from you and your tax preparer to go through the list and figure out what's deductible, what's not. And I've challenged a couple of people to sit down with me and really do that. And a lot of times they end up having more expenses than they thought, legal expenses, and they can now have peace that they did things right.